Hello everyone, it's actually morning and today I'm going to show you a quick demonstration of my everyday look. I went through all the different products that I use on my eyes and this is just one of the combinations that I use, but I do plan to create tutorials for the other products that I did show in the video. I will swatch them and post pictures of what the products look like on my blog. This weekend I'll be a little busy because I'm starting my midterm papers, but I'll try to post everything as soon as possible. We'll start the tutorial right now. Good morning. I just woke up, washed my face, prepped my face, and now I'm ready to go. I have here Estee Lauder Double Wear in 3W Tawny and NARS Sheer Glow in Ceylon. Now, 3W1 in Tawny is a lot darker for me, so I do have to use less of this and more of the Ceylon. Make sure to shake up both of these foundations because they do tend to settle. And I'm going to start with the Sheer Glow. I'm going to pour some out on the back of my hand. I will eventually buy pumps for these, but I mean, I really don't mind mixing them, so it's not too big of a deal. I just take about this much Sheer Glow, very little as you can see. And now I'm going to take my Double Wear. Ooh, too much. And as you can see, I poured the Double Wear on top. I actually poured out just a touch too much. I probably didn't need that last bit there, but we'll make use of it. What I like to do is dab my finger in it and mix the shades together. And then what I'm going to do is spread it across my face just like this. And using my Sigma Flat Top Synthetic Kabuki, my F80, I'm going to buff it into my skin. Now, I only found out about this brush through Holly and Mischievous, who I both follow, and they use this particular brush, for their foundation as well. And for a while I was using the Beauty Blender with the Double Wear, but it wasn't giving me the results that I wanted. As you can see, my brush was dirty from last night, or excuse me, from yesterday morning. But at least that proves I actually do use this brush regularly. So I try to wash my foundation brushes every day or every other day. It just depends on how much time I have. I had class until 10 p.m. last night, so I did not have time. Just keep buffing it in until you get the coverage you want. This brush also doesn't soak up too much product, which is great for those of you who are very savvy with how much foundation you are using up. So just keep blending and make sure you especially blend down the edges. You can even apply some to your ears if you would like. The greatest thing about this brush is that it doesn't give me lines, and we all know how some traditional foundation brushes can give you lines if you're not careful. Let's move on to concealer. We'll start with under eye concealer. This is my Dior Sculpt in number 2. So I just pop it on. And we're going to blend this from the inner corner of the eye to the outer corner all the way down in a triangle formation. And that's simply because we want it to blend better with your foundation. And then when you set with powder, it'll look more natural. Believe me, men and women both do notice when a woman's skin looks very unnatural. You'd be surprised how many men notice. They just don't say anything. Now for the face, I'm going to use my Kat Von D. I use the shade Medium. I'm going to take just about this much. It's a very pigmented concealer. And some of you asked me if I use this anywhere else on my face other than for pimples and for cover-ups, and I do not. I feel like it's a little too thick and a little too pasty. So this is just for my face. And we're going to cover up a few acne marks that I have. Recently my skin's been very hormonal and it's been very volatile. This is quite difficult because, as you guys know, I very rarely struggle with acne, but you know, we all have our ups and downs. I haven't had acne in years. Like occasionally I'll have a pimple, but this is probably the worst breakout I've endured in the past 3 years. So that's because I'm just super stressed out from work, I'm barely getting enough sleep, I'm not eating well. Next I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Duo Matte in 202. Now, this is just a touch light for me, but 203 is too dark for me. But I just use this one because when I buff it in with my Sigma Round Top Kabuki, my F82, it blends in the powder so well that you can barely tell that it's too light for me. So I just Swirl the product just once, one circle, tap off the excess, and then I'm going to buff it into my skin, starting with the area around my nose. Just buff, buff, buff. I really like the size of this brush. It's very dense. And I have a very similar Sephora Professional brush, which is actually a mineral foundation brush, but this works so much better. The bristles are extremely dense on this, so it helps the powder really absorb into my skin as opposed to just sitting on it with the Sephora one. We're going to start with the By Terry Eyeshadow Primer. Draw a quick line across my eyes, and we're just going to blend, 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 and take it all the way up to the brow bone. Now for the eyebrows. These days I've been using my Brow Wiz in Ash Blonde. Make sure you groom through them first to make sure any powder residue or foundation residue is gone. I just quickly brush through my brows, making sure they're evenly groomed. So before we actually begin with the eye makeup, I just wanted to show you a couple of the products that I use very regularly. Burberry Almond 06 eyeshadow. This is one of my holy grail eyeshadows, and it looks great with a winged eye, and it's just a very nice contour base shade. Let's go a little darker. This is my Ombre Eclat by Guerlain. This is from their new spring collection. It's a gorgeous brown. So because my camera cut me off at a very convenient moment, I took the liberty of doing the rest of my face. I didn't do the lips, I just did the cheeks and finished up the eye here. So I was still talking to you about this spring eyeshadow. And on the eye, it's a very complex brown with lots of multi-colored iridescent shimmer. It's a very dark brown, but it's still wearable on a day-to-day basis. Usually though, what I wear and what I wore most of this month is my Clé 106 single eyeshadow. It's the most gorgeous taupe, and it's showing up very dark because the lighting's not very good in here, but I would wear that on top of my Ombre Doe, which is a Chanel fluid eyeshadow. It's a really lovely light taupe, and I would like to wear this by itself, but it's a little sheer and it takes too long to blend it all out and get ready for school, so I wear these two together, and it's the perfect taupe combination. But if I want a really dark and slightly less glittery shadow, I wear my Taupe Gris. And this was a limited edition from fall last year, but it is absolutely lovely, and it's one of my favorite eyeshadows of all time. So it just depends on what I'm feeling and how dark I want to go that day. So I talked about it before, but NARS Corfu was the one I originally purchased, but I recently found this Makeup Forever number 15 Aqua Creme, and it is one of my favorite products of this year. Even though this year just started, I can't believe I was able to live without it before, and it's the perfect shade of taupe. It's a really natural look, and this is, I believe, perfect for school. So let's get started. I'm going to first put on the Makeup Forever Aqua Eye Cream with my Brush Lab brush, and I recently acquired this when the company sent it to me, but this is my favorite brush of all time, and I guarantee you that I will be purchasing several more of these. I'm absolutely in love with this synthetic brush, and what I do is just sweep the product all over my eye. Just take it all the way up to the lid line. After letting it set for about 20 seconds, I'm going to take some more product and apply yet another layer along the lid. Then I'm going to start moving the brush up toward my crease, blending in windshield wiper motions. I'm going to take it just a bit higher. The makeup should already be setting, so I'm just going to use whatever's left on the brush. Then I'm going to blend it out with a finger. You can pull out more of the product if you would like. And there it is. That's all it takes. Now that I'm done with my eyeshadow, I just curl my eyelashes. I'm using the Shiseido Lash Curler more recently, and use my Hypnous Waterproof Mascara, and that's the end result. Okay everyone, almost to the finish line. I have my Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in Nectar, and this is a shimmer brick that was a limited edition, but it's still available in most stores. Now I'm just going to pop this on to the hollows of my cheeks. I try not to put it on the apple of my cheek because it is a highlighter. This one just happens to be pigmented enough to use as a blush. I really like the way the shimmer bricks look, but they're not always the best for my skin because they can tend to accentuate pores. And now the lip combination that I have been loving, and this is like my new holy grail peach combo, is Bobbi Brown's Salmon Lipstick with Revlon's Petal Peach Gloss. And this is their super lustrous gloss. This truly is the ultimate peach combination. It's the peach shade that I've been looking for ages, and I finally found it. So this is a look that I think everyone can pull off, and something that's really nice and easy to wear to school, or if you're just having a light makeup day, it's a really great look. So check out the products. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.